The weather was very bad for us also, like it was literally lifting up the ship and thrashing. So my second mate gave me a call. He saw a small spot amongst tall waves. Waves were as tall as 7 to 9 meters high.
My God.
And it was pouring. And when I came up and looked through the binocular, I saw a small boy who was visually appearing to be an 8 or 9-year-old to me, like, and he was waving sitting on the boat. So then I immediately ordered a rescue operation because I know they won't survive.
Welcome, ma'am, to my show. You are first of so many things. When I was doing your research, I found out you're the first radio officer, the first merchant navy captain. Yes, you were the first one to receive a Bravery award.
Yeah, I will introduce myself. I'm Captain Radhika Menon, and I'm India's first female merchant navy captain. And I'm also the first Indian woman to command a foreign ship. And I'm the first and only recipient of, as a woman, the first in the world to receive International Maritime Organization Award for Exceptional Bravery at Sea, which I received in 2016, and many firsts. So
Nari Shakti Awards, I don't know how many.
I've met you at First Woman Achiever Award.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes.
And recently I was given the honor of Nari Shakti Puraskar 2021.
I was there for it. I had attended that and I was there for it.
I started my career out at sea in 1991 as radio officer in Merchant Navy. Those were the days when this was not a profession open to females. It was completely a male dominated profession. And as a child, I was an individual with my own mind and decisions, and to say little stubborn. I forced my way through. I always wanted to tread a different path, and I didn't want to end up doing a 9-to-5 job. That is why I was on the lookout for a profession which was different from the normal. That's how I landed on merchant ship as a radio officer, where again I was the first. I joined Shipping Corporation of India.
How was it, ma'am, to be the only woman at that?
See, working on the ship and working ashore is a different setup altogether. Here, when you work on the ship, you join a ship for a contract period. Those days my contract period used to be about 9 months or so. And once you join the ship, there are no Saturdays, Sundays or holidays. You are accommodated inside the ship and you are with people of various cultures, various nationalities, different mindsets. So there you have to survive. I have sailed as a single lady among 30-40 males for months together.
Wow.
So it's something like that. So there, since people are from the various mindset and various cultures and all that, you need to be brave to tackle a lot of situations. It is not that you have a situation and then you go home and cry over your mom or dad's shoulder and come back.
You have to fight it there.
You have to fight and hold your ground.
I can imagine. Ma'am, is it true that you have to be unmarried to be able to join?
No, I don't think so. I don't know whether nowadays they are advertising like that. When I joined shipping, I was unmarried. I got married the next year, that is in 92, after I joined ship.
Marriage you met your husband on the ship?
No, my husband was studying with me in the same college where I was doing my radio officer's course.
Oh, nice.
So we met there. Then I completed and I was joining shipping. So after I completed 1 year as radio officer, I got married. So I don't think marriage will stop any person from choosing a sea career. But if you get married and then if you join a sea career, you have to have people who understand your profession, and you should be able to time your studies, your duty and your family life all together. Like in our profession, I joined as radio officer. That is only purely communications of the ship, like navigational warning, weather report and every communication that goes out from the ship used to be handled by a communication officer called a radio officer during those days. When I started off, it was that only that I knew would give me a different profession. But when I went on the ship, I got interested in ship handling and navigation. Initially, there was a lot of trouble. So I used to solve my own problems and never take it home, because the moment I take it home, my parents would have decided, stop, this is enough, you don't go back. Because I never used to take it to the company also, because I was the only one. So if I succeed, I open out gates for a lot of the girls to follow. So that was going on. So with lot of patience, and it is not that nothing has hurt me as such, but I felt hurt a lot of time. But when you try to analyze the situation, you will know the cause of the problem, and you are able to do something to resolve it. That's how I kept on moving. So once I held on to my fort as radio officer and proved my worth, people started accepting me. There was a general remark, हाँ अभी लड़की लोग भी कर सकता है, something like that. Then that is when I had this eye on conversion to navigator. Once I choose the option of becoming a navigating officer, then I can rise up in ranks and become the captain of a ship someday. I really very much wanted to do it. After finishing my radio officer's duty on board, in my spare time I used to assist the deck officer with the aim of finding out what the other side looks like. So I was quite happy with what I saw, like in terms of conversion, what I have to study, what will be my duties and all. Then once the people started accepting me as a competent radio officer, I put the next bomb. That is, I want to convert to a navigating officer. In a group, all the men are not opposed to the idea of allowing a female to pursue her profession or to work in a male dominated. It's not like that. There were a lot of men who supported me also. Right? So I went on swimming against the tide at every stage, reasoning out why I should not be promoted, why I should not be posted in so and so vessel and all those things. And then finally took command in 2012. So after taking command, I realized that I was the first one, and it was history.
Wow.
Like that, from 91 to till date, I am still out at sea.
Till date?
Yes.
That's amazing, ma'am.
Oh, I love the sea.
Yeah, wow. And you met the president and the prime minister.
Yes.
How was both the experiences?
Both were very wonderful experience. There was interaction with the prime minister on the eve of this award, Nari Shakti award. I'm not a political person as such, and I've never been on at land during elections time or voted for.
Oh my God, you've missed 9 months of every year.
Yeah, somehow I miss. I'm out at sea or something like that. So this is the first time I'm coming across a prime minister, but he is so accommodative, and he is so. He listens to everyone. He has solution to all their problems. Even in maritime field, he has brought about a lot of change. Then I happen to share this whenever I go across the globe with the ship. So India is known by a powerful and dynamic leader as him. So that's what I shared at the end of my speech when I was interacting with him. When the other nationalities praise your country and your leader, you really feel good and proud about.
Yeah, I can totally picture you standing in front of the prime minister, thanking him for all the changes he's gotten in the Merchant Navy and so many other things that he's done. I mean, it's
Yes,
very
so
interesting.
many other things he has done for the female
But ma'am,
folks of
what
our
is the
country.
main difference between Indian Navy and Merchant Navy? Even though I know they are different, one is handling the cargo, one is protecting our country, but you both are out in the waters and facing the same kind of situations.
See, out at sea, meteorological conditions are the same, but Indian Navy does a lot for the country. Indian Navy is a defense for our country. We are all peacefully sitting here and enjoying a good conversation and all. It's because of the sacrifices made by our soldiers. And comparing Indian Navy and Merchant Navy, they are two different things. Merchant Navy is entirely to do with transportation of goods across the globe.
Which I've heard has picked up a lot in the recent years. India has been leading that.
Actually, India has had good fleet before also. We do have good fleet now also. For you were talking in terms of hijacking and all, our Indian Navy ships are there guarding the seafarers in this piracy prone area. Their abilities.
I saw a video of them catching some pirates.
Yes, it was in the news. So these are two different things. Merchant Navy is the one which carries goods across the world. We do not have arms and ammunitions. Merchant ships are targeted by pirates in piracy prone areas.
What about night visibility?
When it is rain and when the sea is highly choppy, the pirate boats cannot venture out at sea.
Okay, they cannot.
They cannot. It's in a mostly all these attacks take place in a very good weather.
But like once you get to know, I've heard that it's solely captain's responsibility. You will not sleep until the ship is, safe.
Yes, whatever happens on the ship, be it big or small, it is the captain who decides, and it is the captain's decision. And if the decision is good, then you will be appreciated for that. If the decision is not good, then you will face the consequences. I have the power to divert the vessel, taking the consent of the company and the charterers, informing the insurers and all that. I have the power to register deaths, births and marriages also on board. So there are a lot of powers, and with the responsibility there comes a lot of risk also.
And we were talking about pirates. I was saying that they usually go for sleeping cargoes.
No, it is not like that. See, when a ship is running, there is a duty officer on the bridge. There are a lot of engineers in the engine room. Once the boarding is confirmed and the people are on board, then we have a place called Citadel where I will muster all my crew and lock up. So, and then before I go down, I will, as per procedure, stop everything and go down. So, if they capture a ship with the crew, then only they can run it from point A to B. Otherwise, they cannot.
Oh, this is so interesting.
Otherwise, they cannot. So, if once the boarding takes place, it is the ship staff who are well trained in all this. Regular exercises are conducted and all that. They all go into Citadel for refuge, and then the people who board the ship will not be able to take the ship anywhere, or if they get a crew, they can hold that crew at gunpoint and bring the others out. So that also they cannot do, because everybody is safely somewhere. And then there are alert systems on board. You press that button, and then your government, whichever flag that ship belongs to, will come to know, like at so and so place the ship has been boarded with like that. So pirates and all that. And help comes easily. Now the things are so fast. No, help comes easily, and there are these areas are patrolled by a lot of navies like Japanese, US, Indian Navy and all that.
Ma'am, have you heard of the legend? Of course you've heard of it. Is it true, the Dutch ghost ship? Have you seen it?
No, I have not read anything like that.
Are there any legends like that around Indian waters also?
I should find out and tell you. I'm not aware of it.
Tell us about what you get to see when you're out there. What are some of the things that you've seen that have surprised you on your voyage?
No, I have read about lot of phenomena out at sea. So when I see something unusual, I try to match up with what I have read, and it is exactly that. And
Freak waves phenomena is very scary for any ship to be out there, right? When
the most scary thing that brings your heart in the mouth is a very bad cyclone or a storm you can get into, or bad weather. That or any very nasty situation. Out at sea there can be any emergency. No 2 days are similar. Good part of seafaring is that you can travel across the world, see a lot of places, meet a lot of people and all that. But the bad side is you have to battle against elements, all odds against your imagination also, and survive. That is it. So out at sea you can have a lot of scenarios.
What are the few reasons like a ship can topple? It could be getting stuck in freak waves. It could be weather conditions.
It could be weather, it could be due to the improper loading of the vessel. The stability criteria matter a lot.
And when this Suez Canal got blocked and there was like a $400 million loss every hour or something.
Suez Canal is a very busy canal. So if you block it, and this was blocked for quite considerable
Why
amount.
did it get blocked, ma'am?
The vessel got grounded, and that investigation reports I have not read, so it must be on the internet, I think so.
Ma'am, you have a lot of responsibility as a captain. You could, I've heard the captain can go to jail if anything goes wrong. Like they are held responsible.
If anything goes wrong, yes, you can land up in jail. Punishment goes to the master first. That is there. So,
ma'am, how did you end up saving life of 7 fishermen?
Actually, that was a storm. There was a deep depression in Andhra Pradesh, place called Kakinada, and whenever a depression is stationary for a longer period, it becomes more and more strong. And then when she starts moving, and when she becomes strong, then she becomes a storm. So there was a strong depression which started traveling upward towards, I think this one was somewhere towards Bangladesh. So I was coming down from a place called Bajbaj in West Bengal. We were heading towards Vizag. So I was in the opposite direction of the storm. The weather was very bad for us also, like it was literally lifting up the ship and thrashing, and people have not slept for the entire day. I was there through the evening till the morning. So around 9:30 I altered the course of the vessel towards the land to keep this depression on my starboard quarter. So I got a call from company saying, "Very good move, Captain. Congratulations."
Oh, wow.
Thank you. I just went down to freshen up so that I'll come up. So my second mate gave me a call. There was this, he saw a small spot amongst tall waves. Waves were as tall as 7 to 9 meters high.
My God.
And it was pouring and lightning like hell.
And what was your speed at this point?
I was not getting any speed. I was supposed, my tanker was supposed to make a speed of 13 knots, but I was making only 3 knots because I was against the wave and the weather. So then when I came up and looked through the binocular, I saw a small boy who was visually appearing to be an 8 or 9-year-old to me, like, and he was waving sitting on the boat. So then I immediately ordered a rescue operation because I know they won't survive. If they get washed away from the boat, no, you cannot pick them up from the water because wave height is so much, you will not even spot them at all. And my team responded very well. There was a risk of my team members getting washed away, going out on the deck of the ship to put the pilot ladder and things like that. But they all agreed to this, and I told them like they should not do anything that I don't want them to do, and all that. That agreement was reached, and we made a very quick turnaround. So the first time I turned and tried to bring the boat along, giving shelter to the boat on one side. We had put the pilot ladder for the fishermen to climb. We didn't get them. The wind blew them away, and then the boat went and stuck almost very close to my propeller. So I just stopped. They don't get churned by the propeller. Waited for her to move little, and again made a second round. Made a second round. I could take 2 of them, and when I was trying to bring the ship alongside to get them to the pilot ladder, there was a fight on the boat. Okay, who will go first? So I went on the bridge wing and made a symbol, I will pick up everyone. 2 people came on, and again we lost the boat. Third round again, I got the remaining 5. So all 7 came on board. We brought them on the bridge and then gave them first aid and all that. And I asked that leader of the boat from when they are missing. Then the date he told me, it was like 7 days they were out at sea with no food, no water, and they don't know where to go. And it was a boat without accommodation on the top.
My God.
One thing I want to tell everyone is that don't panic in the face of a situation. You know, if you panic, you lose your reasoning. If you don't panic, your channels will open out and you find a way to get out of it. Ultimately, what matters is you should be able to come out of a situation. If you are able to come out of that one scary situation, you are prepared for the rest of them, because every difficulty that you come out, you will realize that your abilities, your confidence, it will take a quantum leap. So I don't encourage girls to get scared.
Yeah, you can raise the stakes, it don't matter cause I'm all in. Focus man, guaranteed to blow cause I'm all in. Know the plan from top to bottom, but they tryna call my bluff. Winning every award, it's going down, royal flush. You gotta see it in your mind if you wanna be it. Crushing the competition, cause I truly believe it. From continent to continent, I'm about my numbers, man. Give me all the chips, cause I always got the upper hand.